Alright, well, greetings everyone out there, and welcome to another video. I don't know about you, but I'm about sick of winter, and I'm glad it's finally over, hopefully. With all the cold weather and snow we had over the past couple weeks there, thought we were out of the woods, and we wound up getting another snowstorm last week. It dumped about 5 inches at my place, and didn't think I was going to get out here this week on my days off and do some filming, but lo and behold, the weather cooperated and everything, and the snow is gone. So I am out on the road, headed out to the High Iron, and for those of you that know what that means, you'll know what I'm up to. I'm headed out to do some rail fanning again. I'm headed to Macungie train watching station or pavilion, whatever you want to call it there. I was there a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and had fun there catching the trains that went by that day. Was there for about 6 hours and caught about 7 trains or so, something like that. And if you saw the previous video, which the link will be up there in the corner of the screen. So I decided to get out of the house today and come up here and try it again. I was busy working on a new computer over the past couple weeks so I can use some better editing software for these videos, and I'm finally done getting that all set up and squared away. So we're headed out. Hopefully it'll be a good day and we'll be able to catch some trains today. As I'm driving along the back roads making my way to Macungie, some of the local residents were taking advantage of the warm weather, out walking their dogs, or just taking a nice afternoon stroll along the road. Even this guy here, our local musician, was out for a walk playing his guitar. Some of the roads along the way are still showing signs of the severe flooding we had last summer, thanks to Tropical Storm Ida. As I'm approaching the park, I caught the 19G, a local delivery train crossing over Route 100, most likely heading down to Albertus to hook up with some cars that are on the siding that I saw when I passed through there. But we'll talk about Albertus later on in the video. This time coming to the park, I was prepared. Brought my Bearcat scanner with so I could listen to the radio traffic from the train engineers as they passed through the area. And since I knew a train had just passed through and there probably wouldn't be one coming for a couple more minutes, took advantage of the time to get all my cameras set up along trackside so I could capture some great shots of these trains as they came through the area. After getting my cameras set up, I looked down the track and saw there was an all-clear signal on track 1, so I knew there'd be a train coming out of Emmaus momentarily.
Yeah, he's right. Look, the gates are dropping. It's all the way down now. Oh, it's on this.
Okay, Roger. NS21M with the NS4.
with the 11N passing me on track 1 and the H11 sitting on track 2, I knew it was going to be some time before any more trains would come through the area, so I decided to walk around and check out the park. It's really a neat park. Even got a bear there standing there holding a sign welcoming everybody to the park. The borough really did a good job on making this park for the rail fans, with most of the money coming from the borough and businesses and some Eagle Scouts. I had a chance to talk with some of the locals there, and in the springtime this park is usually filled with flowers. Although from what they were telling me, the irrigation system is broken and they're going to have to fix that before they can plant any flowers here at the park. As with any park, always obey the rules that are posted. While inside filming the pavilion and talking with some of the local rail fanners, I heard a horn in the distance, and they informed me it should be an ethanol train coming from Chicago, Illinois, headed to see Warren, New Jersey. Since I didn't have time to run back to my camera that was mounted on the tripod, I went outside and stood along trackside and decided this train was going to be shot using the Osmo Action on a stick. It was getting late in the afternoon, and I decided to call it a day. So I thank my fellow rail fanners for the information they provided me and the good conversation we had. As I was leaving the park and crossing over the tracks, I looked down track and I saw an approach signal again on track 1 heading westbound. So I knew there would probably be another train coming through at some point. At this point, the only place I figured I could try and catch it would be over in Albertus. But trying to get through Macungie at that time of the afternoon can be a little challenging, especially when the Mack truck plant is leaving out. After fighting my way through the Mack truck traffic, I finally made it back over to Albertus. I figured since the Albertus Tavern is temporarily closed, nobody would mind if I parked in the little parking lot adjacent to the tavern along trackside and try and video this train as it comes by. Now, let's talk about Albertus a little bit. This area of the line in Albertus is pretty interesting. As you can see in the picture there are lots of turnouts and switches and small sidings going through the area here. And those boxes that you see right there with like the mushroom heads on top of them, those are heaters for the switches. The only disadvantage to sitting in this parking lot is the signal placement. The signals coming eastbound are all the way down on top of the Penn Avenue crossing, and the signals coming westbound are on the opposite side of North Main Street. So you really can't get a good look at the signals to see if a train is coming or not. Got to rely on your ears for that. But probably the most interesting thing about Albertus is this line right here that you see going off to the left. This is all that remains of the old CNF line, or the Catasauqua and Fogelsville Railroad. Back in the day, this branch came from Catasauqua down to Albertus and met up with the main line down on the other side of Penn Avenue. Today, this line is only used to serve businesses in Trexlertown and Fogelsville and a couple businesses beyond that. It currently dead ends just outside of Whitehall at the intersection of Sipel Station Road and Macungie Road. Sometimes you can catch the engines hooking up to the cars that are on the siding and shoving them up this line to serve the businesses in Trexlertown and Fogelsville. The other area where the CNF line branched off of the main line was just east of Main Street here. From there, it passed through the Lockridge Furnace area, and then from there snaked its way through the countryside up to an area that was called Rittenhouse Gap. You might be familiar with that area, as today the Bear Creek Ski Resort is now part of that area. But us local folks always refer to that area as the Gap, and the previous name of the ski resort as Doe Mountain. And if you look real carefully as you're driving through the countryside, and you know where to look, you can still find remains of the old railroad bed today. I plan on doing an in-depth video on the CNF line and the Rittenhouse Gap mines and what they were mining up there and the time frame of the mines sometime in the future. So be sure to keep an eye out on my YouTube channel for that video. I will tell you some information here on the CNF line that's pretty interesting. If you're traveling down Sea Saltsville Road towards the Bear Creek ski area and you get to where Gap Road meets up with Sea Saltsville Road, if you look off to the left there behind that stone house, you'll see what looks like a yellow structure back there. Well, as you travel past that house, you will see that it is a Reading caboose sitting in that person's backyard. And why is the caboose sitting there? Well, it's actually sitting on the old railroad bed that went through that area. And if you turn onto Gap Road, the house that's across from there on the corner, if the rail line would be there today, it would be traveling directly through that house. By the way, I never did see that train that I thought was coming through Albertus. I waited around for a half hour or 45 minutes and nothing. So I decided to pack it in and head for home. Alright, well hopefully you enjoyed that video there of those trains up in Macungie at the Macungie train watching platform. Again, it was a perfect day to sit by the tracks and just wait for some trains and to film them and everything. So my thanks to everybody that I talked to up there that helped me out with the train numbers and everything. Thanks so much. Again, I'm new at this, and also if there's something I forgot in the video, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. I am by far not an expert when it comes to doing this rail fanning stuff. I'm a rookie at this. So if you did like the video, please give it the thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button down there, and also ring the bell down there if you want to be notified when I upload new videos to YouTube. And again, thank you to all the subscribers that subscribe to the channel, and everyone that follows me on all the social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Thanks for all your comments and your support. So until next time, it's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.